It's often not easy to know when it's time to retire. In this video, I'll share the top 4 ways to know that you're ready to take a step back from your career and enter retirement. Watch until the end because you never know which sign will be the one that clues you in. I'm Cyn Meyer, founder of Second Wind Movement and a life coach for older adults. And one of the challenges I often hear from pre-retirees is, I don't know if I'm ready to retire. Research shows that if you're lucky enough to choose when you'll leave the workforce, it can positively impact your well-being. But that mostly covers the financial end of it. If you're familiar with our content, you know that finance is only one of the 5 rings of retirement, and there are 4 other ones that will give you something to retire to. So check out these 4 signs that indicate it's time to retire so that you can more proactively plan for your best next chapter. The first sign that it's time to retire is when your work starts to drain your energy and vitality. Are you feeling exhausted and run down, like you don't want to keep going, like you're under constant stress that's a little more unusual? Or maybe you're not enjoying your work anymore and you find yourself dreading going to work every day. Emotional burnout is a big sign that it's time to call it quits. Retirement is a wonderful time for some much needed R&R and adventures. So even if you're not completely burned out emotionally, you don't want to wait until you hit rock bottom to make that decision because you'll have a lot less energy and a bigger hurdle to climb to get your energy back so that you can enjoy the things that you truly love during retirement. So really pay attention to your energy level and notice at work what exactly depletes you and drains you. These are super important clues moving forward. The second telltale sign is that your physical health starts declining, which usually means there's both the emotional and physical health issues. No one wants to think about their health declining as you get older, but it's hugely helpful to know the difference between the normal aging process and the health declining process that's caused by stress. So if you're starting to see that your physical or emotional health is on the decline, that is a definite sign that maybe it's time to consider a retirement date, especially if you want to make the most of this important life phase, which the average person spends 1/3 of their life in retirement. Research also indicates that if you retire due to poor health, you'll feel substantially better. So if you're starting to see that retiring is the best decision for your health, it's likely been a long time coming, so please take this opportunity. In addition to taking care of your physical health, you're still engaging in activities that mentally and socially stimulate you, and that's so vital for a happy and healthy retirement over the long term. The third sign is a hallmark one, and too often the only one that people investigate. Yes, retirement also comes with a lot of financial unknowns. So the typical question is to find out if you're financially ready for retirement. And here are a few signs that you're not financially ready for retirement. You have a lot of debt, you don't have enough saved up for retirement, you're not sure what your monthly expenses will be in retirement, or you struggle to stay financially afloat each month. If any of these sound like you, focus on improving your finances before you officially retire. You can consult with a fiduciary financial advisor from the National Association of Personal Financial Advisors and ask them to run a range of scenarios for you. And if you think you're financially stable to consider retirement, establish your budget and try following it for 6 months as a trial run before you retire. The reason for the trial run is that your spending might decrease in retirement, but maybe not as much as you think. In fact, the average retiree spends around $16,000 less a year. So if you can live for 6 months within your estimated retirement budget and not dip into your savings or amass more credit card debt, they say that you're financially set and ready for retirement. And number 4, you don't identify with your job anymore. While your identity is multifaceted and dynamic, your work tends to become an integral part of your identity. As you progress in your career, it's natural to create a work identity that extends far beyond work. For instance, if someone asks what you do, you've probably responded countless times with your job title. While that's not exactly healthy, when you no longer identify with your job at a deeper level, it's a big sign that you need to retire. And I've seen a lot of people struggle with this, especially when you've had a successful career and you're used to receiving accolades. Admitting this can be a big challenge for some people, and that's okay. But if you get past having to let go of the fancy titles and the accolades, that's a telltale sign that you're ready for growth. Even if you're not sure about what your new identity in retirement looks like, there's something deep inside you that no longer resonates with your job role. If that's the case, then it's probably time to rebuild your identity through a new retirement purpose and reconnect with your passions. What I recommend here is, if you haven't already, take our 3-minute retirement purpose quiz. It's super light, breezy, and fun, and it can really point you in a direction that helps you live out your retirement purpose. And at the risk of sounding like a broken record, retirement planning goes beyond just finances. It's totally worth it to have something to retire to and not just something to retire from. If you're asking yourself, am I emotionally ready to retire? Amazing, because you're already ahead of most pre-retirees. I want to share a few tips that will ensure that you're emotionally prepared to retire. Have a support network. Emotional support is vital in your transition from work to retirement. So communicate your plans with your loved ones and your friends. Find clarity. Without having a clear vision that excites you, retirement can cause anxiety. By the way, if you want help finding clarity, we're here to help. Download our Finding Clarity workbook right below this video in the description. I'll leave a link. It's a workbook that's super helpful and simple. Set clear goals, which means setting goals and making a plan and breaking them down into magical micro steps to get the most out of your retirement. Create a retirement routine that gives you structure. So many people overlook the importance of replacing your work routine with like a new, intentional, and positive retirement routine. You want to make sure that your retirement routine supports your passions and your post-career purpose. And also redefine your identity in retirement. Retirement is not just about going from one phase of life to another without an identity shift or growth or plan. It's also an opportunity to redefine yourself. So get in touch with your authentic self and continue this growing opportunity. To recap the 4 signs that it's probably time to retire. Number 1, you're emotionally drained. Number 2, your health is declining both physically and mentally. Number 3, you're financially prepared. Number 4, you don't identify with your job anymore. If you've recognized these 4 signs in your life, don't let your fears of retirement hold you back. Retirement is the beginning of a whole new adventure and a time for tremendous growth, which is not what society teaches you. But it's critically important to do the introspection work and to carefully plan your next chapters. If you're ready to retire and want help planning your future with clarity and exact next steps in your journey, feel free to schedule a free breakthrough session. I help people turn their retirement years into their best years every day, and it's such an honor. So I'll go ahead and leave that booking link in the description right below this video. You deserve all the joy, the vitality, the freedom, peace, and purpose as you transition into this super important phase of life, retirement. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and it helps us continue to do our job better. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.